War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all. War, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Well, I think we can all agree war isn't good for anything, but Warpath Eclipse definitely is good for something, and that's being in your collection and being an excellent representation of a female action figure from Valaverse Action Force. So let's talk about her on TAKTAK Toys With Film. So welcome back to TAKTAK Toys With Film, your home of 1/12 scale action figures, movie-based action figures, Operation Monster Force, G.I. Joe Classified, and Valaverse Action Force in this case. This video is not for kids, so let's talk about her. So yeah, we're on the verge of a new year. At the time of this video, I will be doing my top 10 of 2023. Here, let's do some comparisons though out the package. Here's Warpath Eclipse next to Masterverse He-Man. In fact, it's not He-Man, sorry, it's Beast-Man, Masterverse Beast-Man. Many thanks to Dan Who. He was my Secret Santa in our Secret Santa this year, and he got me this, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, a really great representation of Beast-Man. And, you know, amazing work that Mattel have done. But here's Masterverse Beast-Man next to Warpath Eclipse. So Warpath Eclipse is a 6-inch figure and Masterverse Beast-Man is a 7-inch figure. So here you can see how they scale, but two beasts of different types. And here's Warpath Eclipse facing off against Beast-Man. So there we go. That's a comparison with the Masterverse range. Here's a Marvel Legend. This is Blade from Marvel Legends next to Warpath Eclipse. I thought I'd do two sort of monstrous types. Now, Warpath Eclipse, she's not monstrous, but she's kind of Native American, but she looks like she could take on pretty much anything. So yeah, here's a sort of, picture of her going side by side with Blade. This is the Marvel Legends Blade. Not a bad figure. It could have probably been better. A lot of people say the arms on Blade would have been better if they sort of folded down a bit more. But yeah, this is kind of what Warpath Eclipse looks like. So she's a Valaverse Action Force figure. If you've been collecting Valaverse Action Force, you'll know what to expect. She's a really good figure out of the package. We'll get into it a bit more, obviously, when I do, articulation, all that kind of thing, accessories that she comes with. But a really, really decent figure, yeah. So looking pretty good. And here's some shots, some sort of photo shots of Warpath Eclipse going into battle alongside Blade. So yeah, if you really want to sort of get yourself a diorama, just like I've got for my videos, get yourself a diorama, get your figures posed up and do some photography, this is the way to go. And Action Force figures do pose really well. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Let me know if you picked up Warpath Eclipse. Let me know what your thoughts on her are. If you pick up the Valaverse Action Force line at all, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, like I say, she scales with a few different lines there. Obviously shown her with a 7-inch Masterverse line, and here she is with 6-inch Marvel Legends as well. So yep, that's a Marvel Legends comparison. And let's keep it on sort of with characters who kind of are the best they are at what they do. Here's Logan, aka Wolverine. This is the Mafex brown and yellow costume. This is my personal favourite incarnation of Wolverine in the brown and yellow costume. This Mafex figure is really good. And as you can see, Mafex is a sort of 6-inch line. It is an import line, so it will be slightly sort of smaller. But then obviously, of course, Logan is a smaller character. So here's what Warpath Eclipse looks like next to Wolverine. So again, she scales up really well with any of your 6-inch lines. That's sort of, an import line and two domestic lines. Masterverse, Marvel Legends, and Mafex. And we're going to be doing plenty more comparisons, so stick around for the video in that. But let's have a look at the packaging. So obviously I've opened her up, as you can see here. I opened her up before this review. That's the packaging. Originally, she wasn't exclusive. She was a Valaverse exclusive at conventions. She sold out pretty quickly. So Bobby Vala made her available, on the website, and I managed to pick her up eventually. And here's the side of the packaging, some really nice artwork. There's the back of the box. I've taken her file card out. I will read it out to you once we get to it. Some really nice artwork again on the other side of the box. And basically that's it. And talking of which, let's have a look at her her bio now. So bear with me and I'll just sort of get it and read it out to you. And her bio says, let's have a look, we'll read out. Sorry, I've had to pick it out of my collection. What does her bio say? 2 seconds, and I should have prepared for this, shouldn't I? There's professionalism. I should have prepared for you. So her bio says, Dani Tamayo grew up in upside New York to parents from mixed heritages. Her father was a skilled blacksmith of Mohican descent, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and her mother was a career army officer from Ecuador. From the time that she was old enough to walk, her father exposed her to the outdoors, ensuring that the skills and traditions of his family were passed on to his daughter. By the time she was a teenager, she was as much an expert in her culture as her father. And then it goes on to give more of a description of how Eclipse sort of joined the army and came to be. But yeah, she's definitely worth picking up. And I got this a complimentary card with Action Force points in with my purchase, so thanks very much for Valaverse for adding that to my purchase. And again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. So yeah, again, let me know if you've picked her up or if you plan to pick up any Action Force figures in 2024. Let me know in the comments below. So yep, let's see what she comes with. So she comes with this screaming head, or this, you know, sort of shouting head, which is really great actually. I put her on. It was a bit difficult to put on, a bit stiff, but obviously you'll see that in the articulation when I talk about it more. But she comes with this shouting head, as you can see here. Yeah, so sort of for battle ready cries. Yeah, as well as that she comes with, what we're looking at next, probably the hands. Just bear with me and we'll get to it. Oh no, it's the alternate head actually. So here's the other head, the masked head. I do believe this is part of Native American culture as far as I'm aware, but yeah, she comes with a masked head here. So you could army build her in theory. She is widely available on Valaverse.com, so you could pick up a few more and army build her, or maybe put them on other Valaverse bodies if you wanted to. Here's the ammo clip she comes with. She actually comes with 3 of these. I managed to pick up 2, but she does come with 3. So I'll show you. She comes with a 3rd one. So she's got ammo clips on her actual vest, and then she comes with ammo clips as well, separate. You know, which you can, yeah, which you've got additionally. So obviously plug one into the gun, and you've got some additional ones. And as you can see, she comes with a gun. She comes with a knife. She comes with a knife on her back. Comes with a handgun in her holster. So she's really decked out, and we're going to see her hands in a minute, all the different hand options she comes with. Bear with me, I think I'm just going to get them at this point in the video. But yeah, I mean, she comes stacked with weapons, as you sort of expect with all sort of Valaverse figures. So yeah, here's the other clip, the 3rd ammo clip, as I mentioned, that she comes with. So 3 ammo clips plus the 2 in her vests, and I think the 1 in the gun as well. So yeah, she's pretty stacked out, to be honest with you, of accessories and that. So yeah, plenty to admire with her, and we're probably going to have a look at all her hand options in a minute when we get around to it. But yeah, she's a great figure. I mean, she was a little, the only thing I would say, she's a little stiff in certain parts. So you do need to probably heat her up when you get her out of the packaging. So there is that, you know, some of her joints may need heating up, particularly popping on the different heads as we look at the accessories. They needed to heating up. But here's her fists. Yeah, she comes with 2 fisted hands, as you can see there. So yeah, if you want to swap out the hands, she's got fisted hands for sort of, you know, punching, maybe UFC, going toe to toe with Pandora, maybe, you know, or some, maybe some, you know, Zorana from your Dreadnoks collection with G.I. Joe Classified. So you got the fisted hands there, as you can see. She's got open palmed hands. Yep. So that's kind of for holding the gun, basically. That's for, you know, if you want to have one of these hands holding the rifle and the other one sort of with a trigger finger, you can do that combo. What we've got here, probably the, is it trigger hand? Open palmed hands. Yeah, sorry, open palmed hands. So again, these are for knives, weapons like that. You can, you know, include in these hands. You can put the guns in these hands as well, but trigger fingers were a bit more probably appropriate for holding the rifles. I'm not really a gun man, but let's have a look at her articulation. So head looks up and down. It's a little stiff on the bulb peg, so there is that. It will be a little stiff. If you obviously use a hairdryer, you're going to get maximum range. I think I used the hairdryer a little bit. Arms go out to a T-pose, very good, very fluid, 360 degree motion at the shoulder, double jointed elbows, 360 degree motion of the wrist. Now that was one thing, yeah, her shoulders were very, you know, fluid, very good articulation. Yeah, the elbows were a little stiff, but again, a little stiff with double jointed articulation at the elbow, 360 degree wrist motion. Obviously the vest will limit the ab crunch a little bit because it's a solid vest. She's got thigh cuts, just like you'd expect with any Valaverse Action Force figure. Double jointed knees, which are a little stiff again. They were a little stiff when I did this, but she just probably needs a bit of a run under a hairdryer for a minute or two just to loosen her up. Boot cuts and thigh swivel, so ankle pivot, ankle rockers, and yeah, so thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot cut, yeah, again there you go, there's the thigh cut, double jointed knee, boot cut and ankle rocker. So basically all the standard articulation that you'd expect from a Valaverse Action Force figure that's similar to a G.I. Joe classified figure or a Marvel Legend, you know, although obviously Valaverse Action Force, they really do take pride and care in their figures, so you know, their characters and things, so you get a lot of value for your money. You don't always get value in other companies in the same way, but yeah, I mean, I collect both myself. I collect G.I. Joe classified, I collect Valaverse Action Force where I can. I think they're both excellent lines, so you know, that's my opinion. But she's a really solid release, you know. I mean, we weren't meant to be getting Action Force returning to one of our UK retailers. That may still happen. Don't know who it's going to be. It may still happen, but obviously, you know, it'd be nice to see when it does. And again, just run through the articulation with you again. So head goes round, up and down, round and round. You know, double jointed elbows. Obviously, full 360 degree at the shoulder. Full wrist rotation. You've got thigh cut, as I was showing there. Drop down hips as well. Drop down hips, thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Again, a little bit stiff. Boot cut and ankle rockers. So yeah, that's your full range of articulation, and it's pretty damn good as well. And as you can see, she's quite posable, you know. I mean, I'd put her into some, you know, kind of basic poses at the start of this video, and she posed really well. So highly recommend her, you know, for posing her up and everything. Yeah, definitely recommend her. Yeah, so again, it comes with a great file card, as you saw there, with a detailed kind of description. I think I'm going to point something out. I'm just looking at the head of the video now. I'm going to point some stuff out, which you'll see in a minute. Probably the handgun and the other accessories. Because yeah, like I said, she's got the ammo weapons there, the ammo belts for handgun, a knife at the back, which you can see there. Yep, a knife in a sheath on the back. So she comes pretty damn well stocked out. So, you know, she's chock full of weapons. And again, you can put her in with your G.I. Joe Classified or your Marvel Legends or something like that. And speaking of Marvel Legends, for all the latest news, reviews and live streams, check out Dan Who Reviews with co-host Rich M. Check out Legends and Liquor on a 2-weekly basis. Check out Turtles and Tea with Dan and Tanner. And you can, of course, check out Joe's and Juice with Dan, Mini Plastic Multiverse Tom, and myself talking all the latest G.I. Joe Classified reveals. We did a top 10 of 2023 of our classified figures, so feel free to check that out on Dan's channel, Joe's and Juice. I'll put a link to that in the comments below. And for action figure reviews in the UK, feel free to check out Jay's Toy Collection UK. He's collects classified, G.I. Joe classified. I know he's got this one. He's picked this one up, the Valaverse Action Force Warpath Eclipse. So yeah, I know Jay was looking forward to the line coming to the UK. Still see what happens with that. For action figure reviews in the United States, in particular California, you can check out Miguel and the Wolfpack Toy Review. He does a lot of G.I. Joe classified reviews, but I know he collects Valaverse Action Force as well. You can also check out Big Will, Pixels and Plastic. Again, I'll put links to all these YouTube channels in the comments below. You can check out Why So Serious Toys, and feel free to check out Cypher Sigma for all the latest toy pickups, film reviews, and more. So yeah, you can check out all those YouTube channels. Feel free to check out Elson Official Music for all the latest pop music covers and music of his own sort of creation, his own covers. For toy photography tips and tricks, you can check out Photo Dave and Toy Pics. And yeah, feel free to check out Brian's action figure reviews for Action Figure Reviews in Ireland. And you can, of course, check out Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions. He's all about that. You can check out Trevor, the 1/6 shooter, for toy photography, and like I say, all the latest news, information, and toy pics on Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions. For action figure chat and pop culture discussion, you can check out the 3POA podcast. And similarly, you can also check out the Infinity Equation. And feel free to check out Austin, the Hero of Collectors. I've forgotten to include him in a few videos, so feel free to check out Austin. You can, of course, check out Agent Z-Man at Z-Man 12 Bats YouTube channel. And feel free to check out Adam Crone, AC Toy Design, and you can check out his Patreon if you want. So let's get back to doing some more comparisons. Here is Warpath Eclipse next to Mafex Spider-Man. This, in my opinion, is the best 6-inch Spider-Man we've got. It's sort of more comic accurate. The first Mafex Spider-Man was not bad, but he had quite a blue metallic shininess to the surface. And I actually think this one has got far better articulation. He feels more solid. This is the best 6-inch Spider-Man in my opinion. So why not have another really decent domestic release in Warpath Eclipse next to him, so you can scale up the two together. So there we go. And if you like film and TV reviews and film and TV, there's going to be an Action Force movie, of course, at some point. You can check out filmandtvreview.com a link to their channel in the comments below. So again, let me know if you're enjoying this video, and comment and subscribe if possible. And now let's do a comparison with McFarlane. So here's the Dark Knight Returns, I believe it is. Yeah, Dark Knight Returns Batman with a grenade launcher from McFarlane weapons pack next to Warpath Eclipse. So you can see that the Dark Knight Returns Batman is a 7-inch figure. So again, like the Masterverse figures, that's how they scale with 7-inch figures. And for an absolute juggernaut-sized, figure, or mammoth-sized figure, you've got Bane here from the McFarlane Toys range as well. And so this is how Warpath Eclipse sort of scales up next to Bane. And I reckon if Warpath Eclipse can get sort of, the drop on Bane, she probably, with some of those, axe weapons she's got, she probably make short work of Bane if she needed to. But yeah, again, this is how Warpath Eclipse sort of scales up with a few different lines. So if you're thinking of picking her up, or you've got her already, then you'll know how she scales on your shelf. And for places to pick up action figures, pre-order and otherwise, and purchase in store, you can check out Blue Owl Collectibles. Feel free to check out Comics and Cocktails. You can, of course, check out Kapow Toys, and feel free to check out Props and Replicas. And again, I'll put links to all these UK independent retailers in the comments below. You can, of course, check out Gobsmack Comics, and feel free to check out In Demand Toys, and they all stock G.I. Joe Classified. And of course, you can also, for another line that's coming out soon, Futuristic Combat Soldiers and maybe Fist as well, you can check out Invincible Toys on Big Bad Toy Store, and feel free to check out the whole shebang. And of course, for Valaverse Action Force, you can check out valaverse.com for all your Action Force needs. Again, like I say, hopefully a UK independent retailer will have the Action Force line at some point, but for the moment you can check out valaverse.com. This is where I got Warpath Eclipse. You can check out all the cool stuff, and feel free to check out Star Action Figures. So yep, let's go back to the comparisons. So here's some G.I. Joe Classified alongside Warpath Eclipse. So first off, this is Snake Eyes and Timber version 2, or the sort of, more the second version that came with Timber. Apparently Lenny was saying, from the G.I. Joe team, was saying this is based on the sort of G.I. Joe Resolute version of Snake Eyes, which is an animated film. Very good it is as well. But yeah, so here you go. You've kind of got two different lines that complement each other so well. And we go from G.I. Joe Classified to Valaverse, and this is in fact the Delta Trooper. So this is the Action Force Valaverse Delta Trooper alongside Warpath Eclipse, and as you can see here, they scale brilliantly together. They would do if they're from the same line, but they scale brilliantly. The Delta Trooper was one of my favourite troopers. Before we had a few sort of like Joe army builders in the G.I. Joe line, I was buying quite a lot of these to be my army builders for the good guys, because obviously we had a lot of Cobra army builders. But yeah, this is kind of one of my original army builders that I picked up from Action Force. And let's switch over to G.I. Joe Classified for Firefly. So this is obviously the retro Firefly, or the classic Firefly. So here he is alongside Warpath Eclipse. And as you can see here, they scale really well together. What Firefly to me does look like he could be from the Fortnite line, which is obviously, I think, cancelled now by Hasbro, or no longer running. Don't know, but he does look, yeah, like he could be, from the Fortnite line. He's got a very animated face, but again, he's the more classic look. I actually quite like the Cobra Island version, the more modern version, which I have. But I have both of these. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, if you prefer classic Firefly or modern Firefly, and what you think of Warpath Eclipse in general. So many thanks for watching this video. You make all these videos possible. As I always say, it's your support that helps make these videos possible. And until next time, just make sure you enjoy those flicks and figs.